Okay,
So,
that's great. And I know we just I actually, after this little meeting that we're having in the mind right now, I wanted, you don't have to answer me now, don't worry about it, but we'll connect later today because I have to ask you about your shirt proof design. So see, we're always adding stuff
oh,
onto your list.
I forgot that you were also doing the shoot. But see, this is the thing that has helped me as an entrepreneur to stick with the same person who know my history of my business, who know what I want. I don't have to sit and talk to another person and say, go over the whole story again. So I could stick with you, and I could get all these pieces done. And one of the other things, and I don't know if you want to talk about that here, is, but
Sure.
one of the things that you're doing is you're partnering up with people that you can refer if you cannot have the work done efficiently or on time or whatever, the right work done, you refer the person out to somebody else that you trust, that you have vetted them, you've looked at what they have, and you say, okay, I am good with this person, and I think they will be the best option after me. So, would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, what I'll elaborate on is I do mostly everything in house, and I have a built up team that I work with. But there are some things that I don't do in house, but I outsource it. But the thing is, just as you said, I vent them out. I make sure that they're, uh, completely honest. Make sure they're great quality work and everything before I, even have them touch my client. And I actually work with them to give them deals. So therefore, it's always better to work with your designer to see if they can negotiate on your behalf. So other than that, that's what I usually like to do for my clients is, example, your roommate Anne had us do a video project, which I actually have to call Anne about today as well to give her back her hard drive full of videos now. But I have some video equipment. I do, and I can do some stuff. But there was heavy duty equipment that I don't own. But I have a great connection in videography that actually works with me on a lot of my projects. So therefore, we've teamed up. We've done projects together. In fact, we were supposed to do another project together that he reached out to me and wanted me to come and help him do his videos. So therefore, it's always good to build connections in the industry. And I'm putting this out there to any graphic designer, not just business owner, but any graphic designer or anyone in the design field. You should actually go out there and find out who's in your area, who's in your connections and spheres of influence, and figure out how you can partner up and help each other out. Because guess what? Someone's going to need you somewhere.
Okay, so now, can you tell us a little bit of how people can get in contact with you if they decided they wanted to reach out to you?
Sure. So they can reach out to me by my cell phone at any time at 610-291-2326. But I am forewarning you, I just said any time, but probably between 8 p.m. to like 7 a.m. in the or Eastern Standard Time, I'm probably asleep. So I'm not going to probably answer my phone. But
You mean you're not up at 3 o'clock in the morning?
no, I'm not, Toddy. Sometimes you just have to go to sleep. But I will say this is I will usually be up until about 11 to 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm usually up at 7:30, 8 in the morning. And I'm currently working all day. That is this is anything for an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur life is not for you if you don't want to work 24 hours a day in a sense, because you're going to have to work to make things get to where they are. So as starting out, and I've owned my business for 13 years, but I lived up in PA. Now I came down here and I'm building a whole new clientele. So with that, I have to make sure they're up and ready for me and I'm up and ready for them. So just as we were talking about your projects, there are some projects that you sit there and say, hey, look, I need this done by 2 days from now or tomorrow. And I'm up until like 1, 2 in the morning making sure your project's done because you're my client. I have to make sure you're satisfied. I'm not going to go to bed at 9 o'clock and wake up at 7 and say, oh, well, Toddy needs a project at 9 o'clock and I'm not readily available to take it now. No, that's not how that works. You have to be ready for your client at any given time.
Well,
And go ahead.
Can I insert in here that you're a
Sure.
perfect candidate for my Jadu lifestyle program so that you don't
Yes.
have to sleep 4 hours a day? Okay, we have about 5 minutes left. So do you have a website that people could go to?
I don't have a website because long story short, I've gone through 8 incarnations of my web design, and basically every time I design it, I don't like it. So I actually have teamed up with one of my web designers, and they're actually revamping it for me, and they're going to get something to me as soon as possible that I can have something there. But I do have a Facebook page that people can find me at Design Perspectives, and you just look in Bradenton, Florida, and I have the logo says, "What do you see?" And when you just click on that, you'll be able to follow my page. You'll be able to look at previous work I've done for clients and such. And to tell you the truth, that's how I built my credibility. Now, if I had a logo or if I had a website, yeah, I'll go national or I'll get more views. But right now, local, and I've gotten a lot of business and I'm keeping myself busy. Facebook's working for me right now.
Okay, so what's new with you?
So, what's new with me? Basically, like I said, just working on projects. I work multiple hats or wear multiple hats, as you know. So not only am I a visual brand consultant for my own firm, but I'm also a licensed realtor. So I'm also working on projects and deals for my clients. And then I'm also a marketing manager for a cleaning company. So therefore, I make sure their marketing gets done as well. So therefore, I make sure that every one of those pieces of the puzzle has one core common goal. They're here to help. Whether you need help to find a new place, whether you need help to get your place cleaned and get it marketed property, or actually to help get your brand grown. That is what I'm here for at all. And they can also reach me too at design_perspectives@hotmail.com, which I can also, answer by email. And if you don't get a hold of me by phone, that cell phone I gave you, just text me on it and I will get to you as soon as possible as well.
And a rumor has it that you will be a radio host soon.
Yes. So I don't know if they want me to announce it or not, so I'm not going to totally announce it as whatever, but I will have my own show on here on Society Bites Radio called Socially Joe. We're actually having a press release come out soon, so everything will be in the press release. But on Socially Joe, pretty much, I'm inviting you as well, Toddy, to my show, so I'll get to interview you. But basically, Socially Joe is about getting to know the local businesses in the area because as a licensed realtor, I get asked a lot, who do I know? Who do I refer? What do I know? So therefore, Socially Joe brings all these lovely business owners onto my show and we interview like tips and tricks, how they had their struggles and trials and tribulations and starting up their own business, and just little other things. No selling. It's really just more informative. But once a month, I'm going to have a nonprofit on, so that way the nonprofit can actually talk about what they offer, how you can volunteer, how you can support them. Because I'm all about community as well. Because I used to work as a community specialist with Best Buy, and I used to help 501c3 nonprofits. And nonprofits are a good thing for me because there are people out there that don't have anything or they're struggling or something like that. And if I can do anything to help them in a way, I can. Now, sometimes I may not have the money to donate, but if I can donate time or I can donate some resources, I will see what I can do.
That is exciting. It is exciting. And also, it's exciting because of the mindset behind it. A lot of times people just do something for how much money they can make. But what we're trying to teach our entrepreneurs that they can actually have a life. A prior guest talked about bartering. We we you know we help them to get simple solutions that they will be able to do their business effectively without killing themselves.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. And basically, you just like you said, barter, try to talk, but I'm going to leave this thought for the entrepreneurs. And I actually learned this through Best Buy years ago is when you walk into a store and a sales associate approaches you and says, "Hi, what brings you in the store today?" The first thing everyone does is, "Nope, I'm just looking," and they walk away from you. Okay? Best Buy actually had the assumption to say, "No, no, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to pretty much say, hey, when a person walks in the store, lovely weather we're having, right? now it catches the person off guard. They're like, I don't know what to say to that. Well, yeah, it's lovely weather. And we have actually had other approaches, and it works successfully through Best Buy. And any entrepreneur should know this. Whether you're networking, whether you're going out to dinners with friends or anything like that, doesn't matter. Don't try to sell yourself, because the more you sell yourself, the more people are going to be turned off from you. And there are tons of people I know that are very aggressive sellers, and it just turns people off in a heartbeat. But if you come from a source of knowledge and source of information, people will guide to you and follow you and say, look, this guy's not selling to me and he's going to help me in any way I can. Because my philosophy is, if there's someone I can't help you with, I will darn well refer someone that can actually help you. So therefore, I will always see what I can do.
All right, we have to say goodbye. And thank you so much for your time. And thank you for joining us at Jadoo Lifestyle, another episode. And we look forward to joining us again next month.
Well, thank you, Tati, again for having me. And I can't wait to have you on my show.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.